Hey, this is your girl, msyelladiva. I'm bringing you another episode of the Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 11, Episode 8, Intertwined. Okay. If you are new here, welcome. Welcome. We do reviews here. This is the Diva Nation. And if you're returning, welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. All right, give me a thumbs up. Like and share and comment and subscribe to my channel. And we will begin. Okay. Ooh, now, first and foremost, I fell asleep multiple times on this episode. Excuse me. I fell asleep multiple times. This was boring, and I guess we got to have these filler episodes. It's fine, but bear with me, honey, because I was just like, oh, this is too much. Anyway, the Fletchers meet with Destiny to hang out. Trish calls Nell. She want to have a ladies' night. She want to have a girls' ladies' night. What the hell, Tricia? Come on, get your life. She want to have a ladies' night. Invite all the girls. Nell said it's fine. Okay, so Destiny walk in. She sit down. She gonna tell these people how Tisha acted a fucking plumb fool at her open house. Okay, a plumb fool. Okay, a plumb fool at her open house. Okay. Yeah, so hold on. Let me get this here. Yeah. So, it is what it is, child. So she and Nell was like, really? She said, yeah. She said that Tisha told Destiny that Nell is going through a hard time and we shouldn't be beefing. But Destiny said, I already told you that. I don't understand why you didn't get it from me. Because I told you she was going through a hard time and y'all shouldn't be beefing. But instead you started beefing with her. And then all of a sudden now you thinking she going through a hard time. So now you going to stop beefing with her. Okay? Destiny was like, listen, I'm over it. Nell was like, how to end? She was like, a bunch of fuck yous, because that's exactly how it ended. And Destiny said that she was told Tisha she was too much work, and then she started screaming about too much work. Yeah, plum fool. Okay. I do not like the fact that we got the same name. Okay. Well, hers is Tisha. Okay. Yeah. So, Nell was like, maybe she just likes to have a beef with somebody. And so Chris tells Destiny what Marceau said about his license and stuff like that. And then Destiny was like, did y'all even have any, business dealing? He was like, no. He said, we talked 2 years ago. He was like, so I don't know why I got to tell him about my license. So Destiny thinks that, Tisha was a friend to her when she was really at her lowest point. But now that she's starting to come up and she's risen, basically. I saw on Instagram or social media that her mom passed away. And I said, wow, we just seen her on TV and she passed away. That's sad, Yeah, she's grieving. Her mom just passed away. I think it was either this month or last month, but she just passed away. Anyway, Condolences to you, Destiny. She said, but she's seeing her at her lowest point. Now she, getting her life together and stuff like that. Maybe she don't like that. And so now she got to start some beef with her, whatever. It's probably it, or she just. I'm with Nell. She just want to beef. I think that's what. I think that's what it is. But she can't see herself in none of this. She can't take accountability for none of this. She can't. She don't see herself as the problem. She see everybody else as the problem. And Marceau said it in the confessional when him and Tisha was in the confessional. He was like, "You beefing with Nell, you beefing with Destiny, I'm beefing with Chris, I'm beefing with Maurice." He was like, it's a common denominator. He said everybody else, it ain't us. So, it's you, it's you. Anyway, then we go to Ken and Tricia. Hold on. Let me get this for real. I wish y'all break up. Okay? I wish y'all break up. Anyway, Ken knock at the door. She said, "Come in." He said, they sit down. He said he apologizes for his role and they break up again. Okay. He said he messed up. He said he became an evil person. I think you became who you really are. Okay? That's what I think. I think you became who you really are. I was rooting for you like a couple seasons ago because, you had everybody fooled that you was a great person. No, you not. No, you not. What happened to you and your ex-girlfriend? Did you cheat on her too? The one that you so-called have a baby with, but that's not your baby, but you raised her like you doing Tricia's. Did you cheat on her too? Cause you wasn't getting the attention that you should have been getting, that you felt like you should have been getting, and you cheated on her too. I'm asking for a friend, cause I do believe that's what happened. But anyway, so Tricia said I was hurt because I really thought we was working through stuff, but you went off on the other side and stuff. Then he gonna say I wanted to see if I can hurt your feelings cause I think you didn't care. Let me get this too. Yes, honey. Tricia.
Me personally, I wouldn't take this level of disrespect.
So basically, he gonna say he wanted to hurt you. That was his goal, to hurt you. That was his goal. Okay? And Tricia said it in the confessional. So you intentionally tried to hurt me? Hell no. Yeah, so what you gonna do about that, Tricia? What you gonna do about that? Because he already admitted that he intentionally tried to hurt you. So to see if you really cared. What you gonna do about that? Okay? Because, I felt like, he need to go. What they say back in the day, hasta la vista, baby. Okay, that's what happened. That's what you should do. Okay, he need to go. Okay, don't let the doorknob hit you where the good Lord split you. Okay, he need to go. What you gonna do about that, Tricia? Let's see what you gonna do about that, Tricia. Moving on. He said they was childish and immature, and being he close to 40, he should know better. But you didn't. You didn't. You didn't. So let's see. Okay, so when y'all get in an argument and y'all, y'all can't make it work or whatever, you gonna do the same thing. You gonna think that you gonna tell her that y'all working it out, and you gonna cheat on her again. Okay, let's keep it moving. But Tricia said, "I'm not innocent either." So Tricia must have. She said in another episode that she spun the block. So basically, she done slept with somebody too. So, but here's the thing on that though. Unless you spun the block to get back at him, or anything like that, then it's a problem. But if you spun the block just because um you thought y'all was broken up, that's something different. Okay. But if you spun the block to get back at him because he cheated on you, then y'all made for each other, and y'all should just figure this out. Y'all can just live happily ever after, spinning blocks and cheating on each other. Okay, because that's really what's gonna happen. When y'all get mad at each other, y'all just gonna cheat on each other. And hey, and if you like it, I love it. Okay, it couldn't be me. Um, but she said, but are you still seeing her? Kia says no. He probably didn't throw that number away though. He probably didn't throw that number away. He probably know, because she probably, her 13 week contract probably is up, and so she probably went back home. She probably from Atlanta. We got plenty of traveling nurses here, honey. Plenty of them. And I need to be one of them. But, yeah. So, because, I don't, yeah. She probably just went back home. And she probably in Atlanta. Okay. So he could probably go see her anytime. Okay. He ain't throw that number away. He know how to get into contact with her. If nothing else, Instagram. Okay. He know how to get back in contact with her. Okay. Uh-huh. Trish says, I want to fix it.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
Yeah, that's the biggest piece of dog shit. Okay. But if you like it, I love it. I don't care. I don't care. Anyway, let's move on. The kids, and that is the Fletcher's kids. So, Kayla, Chris Jr., and Lance, because the other child, Chris's child, don't never come around. Okay, so these three kids, okay, they want to have a talk. Well, Nell really want to have a talk. I don't think Chris wanted to have a talk, but he there in support of his wife. Lance got 3 baby mamas. Okay. 3 kids, 3 baby mamas. But in his defense, he was married twice. I don't know if the marriage produced any of these kids, but he was married twice, and so he is divorced twice, and he has 3 baby mamas. Chris Jr. has 1 baby mama, and Kayla has no children. Okay, so Nell's telling the boys that, listen, you need to, wrap it up. You need to choose wisely on your potential mates. You just can't be raw dogging all your potential mates and getting these ladies pregnant. Okay, you just can't be raw dogging everybody. Okay, you need to wrap it up, and you need to choose your mates wisely, okay? Because Lance got, like I said, 3 baby mamas. He ain't with none of them, okay? So he creating babies everywhere. And I'm sorry. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I'm recording a video. I'll call you back. Okay. I love you. Bye. Okay. That was my grandbaby. I had to listen. I always gotta get on the phone for her. I always gotta get on the phone for her. Anyway, so yeah. So Chris is producing kids everywhere. Okay. Well, not everywhere, but okay. So she said that and Chris Jr. is not with his the mother of his child either. So I guess once they once they once she had the baby, they had already broken up. So he got a baby mama. So Chris Jr. was like, I'm outside, I'm just, I'm outside. I'm just dating, or whatever. And so she, Nell was like, listen, don't bring nobody else over to the house if y'all are not serious about these ladies. Okay, because we can't just be meeting folks and you not serious with them. So you need to be a little more serious with them. So when they so that way when you bring them over, then basically you about to get engaged and be married. That's basically what Nell said. Okay. Lance was like, well, if I was married, then we wouldn't have this conversation. Yeah, she was like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You need to be married more so than you just spreading your sperm everywhere. Raw dogging ladies, yeah. So, and Kayla was like, yeah, that's the point, So, and then Lance was like, Mama, you seasoned in marriage. You ain't seasoned in dating, not so much. And so Nell was like, yeah, I dated. She said, I was a side piece to your daddy. I was the other woman to your daddy, and I stole him so we could get married and produce y'all. You know what happened? I was dating your daddy. He was married and shit. I don't know. Allegedly, I'm making up shit. I don't know if she was a side piece like Kimmy. Oh, allegedly Kimmy too. Okay, I don't know if she was a side piece. She could be. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. But Kimmy denies she's a side piece. Nell denies she's a side piece. But everybody in Huntsville next to Dr. Francis cheats. Okay? I'm going to say it again. Everybody, and I mean everybody in Huntsville cheats except for Dr. Francis. Okay, and Dr. Francis may have cheated in the past. Okay, I don't even put nothing past him either. Okay, he may have cheated in his childhood, and when his young adulthood, he may have cheated too. I don't know. Okay, but everybody cheat in Huntsville. Okay, everybody. Okay, so Nell said some people raised good women. I know I have. Okay, and a good man. Okay, I raised both of them. Okay, so she said you got to choose wisely. Oh, she said she raising one as far as Kayla, and she is a good woman. And she said she got to choose wisely and choose carefully. Okay, hold up. So, Destiny and Twan meet up. Destiny over here, flirting with him, but she knows she can't be with him. She was just like, you made me feel all soft and feminine and protected and stuff like that. You still want me. You do you? I still want you to guard my body and stuff, but we can't be nothing but friends and stuff like that. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Okay. So then Twan said it's a rumor about him and Kayla, and so she said, but because she posts on Instagram about their workouts and stuff like that, so now it's a rumor about them dating. I don't even think it's a rumor about them dating. I think they making that shit up too. honest to God, I think they making that shit up too. But it's a rumor that they dating, and I was just like, okay, whatever. I honestly think he ain't interested in none of the females. And that's all I'm going to say on that. Anyway, we going to move on. Lance go visit his mama and tell her that she was right about him spending quality time with his cheering. Okay? He's cheering. Okay? Not about how he outside. Okay? And raw dogging every last woman that he meet. Okay? He talking about how she wanted him to spend more quality time with his children. So he coming over there to tell her that she was right about how he need to spend more quality time with his children, not how he needs to stop raw dogging everybody. So then Destiny come in, tell him that Twan said that it's a rumor about him and Kayla. First of all, let me go back. When Destiny came over, and so Lance was like, "Oh, you were looking good," and she was like, "Yeah, I wore this for you, whatever." And they flirting and stuff like that. Nell is cheesing like a Cheshire cat. Okay, she cheesing. Girl, she was just like, I don't know about this chemistry thing and whatever. Your son need to slow down. Okay, your son needs to slow down. Okay, thank God Destiny didn't give him none, because she could be pregnant with your grandchild too. Okay, so he need to slow down, but you need not to be encouraging him. I don't know about this chemistry thing. Jesus. Go ahead with that. So that, like I said, Destiny tell her about the rumor with Kayla and Twan. She get mad talking about, and then first of all, Lance was like, he said, you worried about me and Chris. You need to talk to your daughter, Kayla. And so she was like, we had men friends come over all the time. Your friends came over all the time, and they thought about Kayla as a little sister. They tried to protect her, and Lance was like, listen, we still protecting her. But she is grown, mama. She real grown. She a real grown lady. Okay, so you need, I can only protect her for so much. Okay. So Nell said, I gotta have a talk with Kayla. Yeah, that's what you do. That's what you need to do. You need to sit Kayla down in front of all of her siblings like you do Lance and Chris Jr. You need to talk to her in front of her siblings like you do Lance and Chris Jr. Okay, and yell at her like you do Lance and Chris Jr. That's what you need to do, Nell. That's what you need to do, okay? Yell at her like you do Lance and Chris Jr. Even though she don't deserve it, but hey, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. You need to treat all your kids the same way, okay? Just because she a girl and she got her shit together, you need to treat all your kids the same way. All right? And that was the end of the episode. Give me a thumbs up. Like and share and comment and subscribe to my channel. Where is my thumb, y'all? There we go. Like and share and comment and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace, y'all. Peace.